Many people say that it's really easy to make money on binary options, but many still continue to lose them. In this video, I will show you a simple strategy with which you will make your first result. I will show you how to use the strategy, how to set indicators, how to find the market situations, and how to make big profits. So I will use here moving averages, and it will be only two moving averages. One of them is simple moving average, and the second one will be the exponential moving average. And this is how you can set them up. You just click in the moving average and you set up the period, and then you are choosing the moving average whatever you want. So that's it. I'm going to talk to you on the rules of a simple trend strategy, and I will talk also on how to use it on binary options. So trading in the direction on the trend in financial markets is considered safer and more promising than entering into transaction against the current trend. And perhaps it is actually the case. I wouldn't recommend you is for new traders to start trading using, for example, counter-trend strategies. Because it's also really difficult to begin with, and to apply a trend strategy for binary options, you first need to choose a way to determine the current market trend as an affordable and effective option. So first we determine the state of the market using the technical indicator, and that will be simple moving average, and you can use, for example, the period of 50. If you click here, you will see how it differs a little bit. But as far as you see, I want to use 100 because it will be a little bit more smoother. Okay, events can develop according to one or three scenarios. The first one is that the line is directed sharply upward, for example, as we have here, and we're preparing to buy higher aspirations, higher options. The line is slanted sharply downward. And let me tell you, this is one of those charts, but we're not going to use them because it's not so comfortable in providing the next cases. Okay, for example, this one would be more suitable for us, and the next one, when the simple moving average is moving sideways, perhaps with slight upward or downward slopes, and in this case, we refrain from trading, we're not trading. So I cannot provide you with such situations, even this refers me more comfortable. So as an example, but not in despair, let's look at a situation where simple moving average is sloping down. For example here, and the option for line growth will be mirrored in all conditions. So we looked at the price chart and we noticed that the indicator line is sloping down, and we have some options here and here. So that was a new test of resistance, I should say, and now we need to wait for the assets. And this is the test back of the story. We needed to wait for asset price to correct, and it happened. So that would be expressed in this expansion of the market decline, and at the beginning of growth, and such corrective movements occur in almost any trend that you may find, and our task will look like this. We're just waiting for a price correction directed against the current trend, and in this case we're waiting for an upward trend, and we're preparing to buy the binary options. And we conclude a deal when there are signs of the end of the price correction. So that's it. I want to mention that the best moment to enter into a trade when using the trend strategy on binary options is when the asset price reverses from top to bottom, or when the correction ends. Typically, this is that expression. This is expressed as follows. So we're just waiting for a now one case like this, and new candles are no longer rise above the previous ones. Then you should mention this case. The price begins to stagnate and the reversal candles appear. For example here. And they're demonstrating the market's intention to go down, and that's one of the craziest moments to have the profit. So at this moment you should buy a binary options below, which will be expected after period or equal in duration, for example from 4 or 6 candles on a chart. And even if we made a slight mistake when entering the trade, we will still have enough time left for the asset price to begin to move towards the global trend. So the trend trading strategy in binary options market is used very often, and experienced traders like to put additional conditions to those indicators because they want to increase the effectiveness of this technique. And in my option, this is not always justified option, but you can successfully trade options along with the trend using the basic version of the strategy which I described. But also you can have some more additional tools. So from this type of story, I think I need to show you some of the deals because I want just to find with me those very cases. Okay, so from this type of case, we have those kind of depicting situations, and now all we have to do is waiting a little, like from out of here, and having all the prices which are much higher. So I need some more obvious signals for you just to describe, just to show you. So let's say I've just pinned up the next pair, and as far as you see, there is a new resistance level that is happening from out of this very moment. And also, as far as you see, we had the support levels from out of here, and that was a great intersection in terms of simple moving average and exponential moving averages. So the whole quotations went through down from the highest high here. And you see it's been happening in a Euro test. So I'm going to use it anyway, you see I still have time, and I'm going to switch here 30 seconds. And I'll be using here $150. Let's go and click the greens. Perfect kind of case, guys, very glad with myself. Let's go further. And I'm going to show you some more tips. Okay, so this is one note that I wouldn't recommend you to use. That's what I was talking to you about. We refrain from trading in this kind of situation where the simple moving average is moving sideways. So let's go to another one situation. And in this moment, the United States dollar is against the Brazilian real. So that's interesting situation when we're expecting the quotations to be back from the variable moment. And in some cases I should say that it's an inverted pattern called inverted head and shoulders. I see definitely that's one of the cases for us to trade, and all we can do is just waiting a little here for the next candlesticks because we need some more obvious signals. And for these purposes, I would recommend to use the then greater time frames in terms of making the deal. I mean also the time expiration. And as for me, I would also try myself with the expiration of 20 seconds, but this would seem to me as being a good scalping situation. So as far as you see, we can use the hybrid kind of strategy, but in those cases, all we need here is just waiting. Okay, there is a new doji, and here it's happening. I see that it's the long leg doji. Maybe I should call it the hammer here. It's been quite similar to the hammer because this bar is not really absent because it's been a little more shorter than others, but still can consider it's a hammer. So from this outer place where I have an almost the next highest high here which has touched the exponential moving averages, I think it's quite time for us to see the developing trend. And of course, it's time for us to wait for some more candlesticks. I'm going to use the investment here. I think $300 will be enough for us. And I'm waiting 30 seconds again and still have some time, but all I have to do here is just having the trade, which should be a little bit more earlier. So I'm going to go here and all I have to do is waiting. And it all depends on this very candlestick. My friend, as far as you see, the previous situation showed me to have my time. So well, I should wait. And now, let's go. So right, this is how we go. I think that you got all that I was talking to you of, and it was one of the advanced versions for the advanced traders. But I hope that even the beginners would also like it if you choose. Please try to work with it on your demo version. So my friends, this is one of the cases that I want to share with you. I'm going to go with $500 here, and I'm going to click the bears. So yeah guys, after a great engulfing bullish candlestick, there was another one, the bearish one. So that was the interesting moment, but I want to share with you also this one because I'm sharing that. And if you know what I mean, this imaginative line is showing us the resistance line, and it has become the support one from out of here. And after this very intersection, you know, so I should give it a name as a break and retest strategy, which is also happening here. And as you see, after those three white shoulders, that's another pattern from which you can consider the strong upward trend. And then after some period of correction, again we're having the hammer here, and again slowly with some nuances. The retracement up, and then again retracement up, some bulls. So this is some kind of double top while it's been developing here. Maybe in some period of time it's going to be a new head and shoulders pattern, but I think it won't stay here any longer. So traders, in this video I have explained this strategy to you in as much detail as possible, and I hope that you will decide to try it. So please like and subscribe to the channel.